Welcome back to Tabletop Tactics and yet another Grotmas video, where today we are looking at a whole brand new World Eaters Detachment, because nothing says Christmas more like blood for the blood god and skulls for the skull throne. I'm not wrong in this. You cannot argue with me. You are going to have to bear with me throughout this video because this detachment is so cool that I'm going to try and contain my excitement and my bubbling Khornite rage to be able to explain it to you. So the detachment rule itself is the Wrath of Khorn, and you can pick a number of units at the start of your battle round to be granted the Vessel of Wrath. Now, it is important to note you pick these after you've rolled your Blessings of Khorn. So the amount of models you can pick is depending on your game size, so 2 for Incursion, 3 for Strike Force, 4 for Onslaught. So if you're playing a 2,000 point game, you're picking 3. Now, the models you can pick are a World Eaters character, excluding Epic Hero, so you can't pick Khan for this, but meh. An 8-bound champion, an Exalted 8-bound champion, a Khorn Berserker champion, and a World Eaters Terminator champion. They then gain the Vessels of Wrath keyword. Now, we know how these keywords work. When the champion gains the keyword, the unit gains the keyword, so they will get the bonuses from Vessels of Wrath. What does Vessels of Wrath do, you ask? Well, it's selected after picking your Blessings of Khorn. You get to pick an additional Blessing of Khorn to be active for that model, and thus the model's unit. Yes, I'm really excited about this. Yes, you can have 3 whole blessings active. So yes, that could be an extra movement. That can be Fight on Death. That can be your Feel No Pain and your Sustained Hits. That's 4, but you can pick between those 4 because those 4 are my favorites. It's so good! It adds so much utility to those units. It adds a lot more flexibility to them, and what I am naming now, killability. It's very exciting. There's also definitely buffs that you can get in some of the enhancements and stratagems if the unit is a Vessel of Wrath, so it's building into this really, really cool idea. Let's get on to the enhancements. The first one we have is Arch Slaughterer. This can be put on any of your World Eaters characters, and it gives them an extra AP on their melee weapons. If that model is a Vessel of Wrath, it also gets an extra damage. I'm thinking about how nice this would be on a World Eaters Master of Executions with AP 3, damage 3 on its weapons if it's a Vessel, and re-rolling hits and wounds if it's going into a character, and you can get sustained hits on it for free for being a Vessel of Wrath. Oh, I really love this detachment. We then have Vox Diabolus, and this can once again go on any of your World Eaters characters. Each time the bearer's unit destroys an enemy unit in melee, you can roll a d6 and on a 4-up gain a command point. If that model is a Vessel of Wrath as well, you can add 1 to the roll, so you're getting a command point on a 3-up. There are some really, really good stratagems in this detachment that make you even more killy, which as a World Eater is saying something, so you really want to be farming those CP to be able to use that. Then we have Avenger's Crown. This is your Fight on Death, where usually Fight on Death is on a 4-up. This is on a 2-up. We know the World Eaters characters are really powerful and really good in combat, so not being able to strike is devastating. But having the reliability of still being able to strike on a 2-up and also striking the fear in your opponent's hearts that doesn't matter what they do to you, you're going to destroy them. Primo. And finally, we have Gateways to Glory. Now, this is limited to a World Eaters Demon Prince or mounted character, which makes sense when you find out what it does. Each time the bearer makes a normal, advance, or charge move, they can move through terrain features. In addition, they can move within engagement range of enemy models, but you cannot end the move within engagement range. So it's kind of symbolizing the ability to leap and or fly wherever you want to go, which is quite cool for those units. That is the enhancements, and we're already starting strong there, so let's move into the stratagems where we will maintain the strength, starting with Aspire to Infamy. Now, this one is specifically for your Khorn Berserkers or Jackals that are within 8, yes 8, see what you did there Games Workshop, inches of a character unit. And until the end of the phase, add 1 to the AP and strength of non-character models in the unit you first selected. So it's just a way to increase that strength and punchability of the World Eaters, just in case you are coming up against anything that you can't quite hit through. Very nice starting stratagem for us. We then have Overshadowed by None. This is specifically for either infantry, mounted, or demon prince, so not for your vehicles, but for pretty much anything else in the fight phase. You get full rerolls to wound against monsters and vehicles. I'm just sitting with that for a second, because would I like full rerolls to wound on my berserkers against a vehicle? Yes. I want to chop it up with chain blades. That sounds amazing. So again, a lot of these stratagems just increasing the killiness of an already incredibly strong armies. I'm very excited to see how this runs. Then we have Gory Dedication. This is a sticky objective one, but it is done in the fight phase just after a World Eaters unit has killed an enemy unit. As long as you are controlling that objective, it becomes sticky. Now it does have the new wording with the levels of control, but it is sticky objectives. Very nice because World Eaters don't want to be sitting around babysitting objectives. They want to go off and kill the next target, so I do like that one. Punish the Craven is the next stratagem, and this can be done in your opponent's movement phase when they elect a non-monster or vehicle unit to fall back from your infantry or a demon prince. It forces them to take a desperate escape test. If they're a Vessel of Wrath, they have to take that with a -1. Next up, we have Meet Force with Force, and this opens up Blood Surge to even more units, not just Berserkers. This can be done on any World Eaters infantry, mounted, or the Demon Prince. And in your opponent's shooting phase, it allows them to make a Blood Surge move. The rules are all exactly the same for the normal Blood Surge move, so I'm not going to go too much into it here. However, if you do choose to do it on a Khorne Berserkers unit or a unit that has the Vessels of Wrath, you can re-roll the D6. More flexibility, more reliability, more killability. Excellent. Finally, we have Brazen Contempt, and this is the Bodyguard stratagem. So in your opponent's shooting phase, just after they select a target, you can choose to become -1 to wound if their strength is higher than your toughness. However, if it is a Vessel of Wrath unit, it's just straight -1 to wound. There is no conditions to that. Now, I can imagine this on my lovely little Exalted 8-bound. You've got a strength weapon that is wounding me on 3s? No. You wound me on 4s, and because it's a Vessel of Wrath, I'm also going to give them the Feel No Pain, which now means they have a 5-up Feel No Pain. You're not killing those Exalted 8-pound, you're not touching them. They're sticking around forever, and then they're going to murder you dead. So that is it, that is the Vessels of Wrath, and I have to say I really love this detachment. Yes, you are giving up a +1 strength and attacks on the charge from not being part of the Relentless Rage detachment, but I would argue the reliability with the Blessings of Khorne is so much better, and the strats in here allow you to do so much more and target so many more different units with what you've got in your army. As we know, World Eaters are a fresh army. They don't have as much range as some others do, so this just allows you to get the most out of the units you do have. Sure, +1 strength and attack is nice, but have you ever really needed to get the sustained hits off and then not rolled for it? Or really wanted the Feel No Pain and just not had it? And the fact that you can change what that is in every battle round is so strong. It just allows you to actually be able to do what you want at each point of the battle. No more do we have to worry about the fickle nature of Khorne and what he has up his sleeve, because we have a trick up our sleeve, which is I can do sustained hits every single turn, and there's nothing you can do about it. Look, it's really cool. I think it's actually quite powerful. It makes the World Eaters hit like an absolute truck and survive better because you know you've always got the Feel No Pain in your back pocket if you need it. I love this one. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Let me know in the comments below, and while you are there, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, because we have been doing all of these. You can go back and watch all of the ones we've done. There's not many left. It's so exciting. And if you want to see us using these whole new detachments and even more of what we do, head over to On Demand, where we have hundreds of videos for your viewing pleasure. For now, I have been Jinx. This has been the World Eaters, Blood for the Blood God.
Enjoying today's video? Here's a quick look at what we've released this week for our on-demand members. These videos join a huge library of exclusive content that grows every week for our on-demand community. If you want instant access to all of these videos and more, head over to table.tactics.tv or download our app and sign up today. And currently, we have an introductory offer for new customers, so there's never been a better time to join on demand.